All right, I'm gonna read something. It might be a little choppy and shit. It's primitive. Fuck it. I'm gonna read something, okay? Bear with me. All right, it's from this woman who's breaking up with the guy over text. And there's a picture included, obviously. You can see what she looks like. Hey, I'm breaking up with you. I have this requirement that any man I choose to be with will be a provider, and I don't feel like you are one. I feel like you have this idea of a woman deserves to be given the world after she stands by a man when he's struggling because it has somehow proven her loyalty or whatever else. I will not be holding it down for you like that or any other man ever. I am not going to keep laying down with you while you are providing absolutely nothing for me and not adding value to my life. I already told you before we started dating that was exactly what I did not want when you asked me about how my previous relationships went. It's the same cycle and I'm not doing it with you. On top of that, you don't take me anywhere. I feel used as fuck. I'm not even gonna lie. All we do when you come over is have sex and you talk about getting head from me. It was fun for a little bit, but I deserve better. I want a provider who will take care of me, my every need, and spoil the fuck out of me. For example, last night, I should never have to tell a man to open a door for me. That's the bare minimum. You're not ready for me. Find someone else. Right? This is a breakup text. And, well, you'll get my thoughts after the jump. I bet you guys are wondering why I would put the Black Excellence stamp on this particular video. I bet you guys are wondering why I would do that, right? So, if you've been here for any length of time, you know how I get down, but if you read this, you know why she's dumping over this overly long, dramatic text full of drama. You know, only on one-sided drama, by the way. Right? This woman refuses to admit to herself that she is a jump off, that she is solely being used for sex. Right? She refuses to admit it, and she even included a photograph of herself in her arrogance. You know, the misandrous arrogance and shit. I gotta say that. I have to use the word misandry and narcissism and shit amongst other things. You know, she's giving herself Stockholm syndrome and shit instead of keeping it a buck and, you know, she's moving on and shit. But she's told us that this guy only contacts her for sex. And then no guy's just gonna tell you that, you know, you're a jump off and shit. No, no, same guy, you know. And women are interested in you. They roll out the red carpet and shit. Okay, you get when they, you know, word to the wise. When a woman likes you, if you look at her in the face, she's gonna smile at your ass, and you're gonna see every tooth in her head. Okay, she's gonna make herself available. She's gonna bang your line and shit. She's gonna want to occupy your time, eat up your time. Okay, a lot of them they don't know how to bond naturally in our community and shit, so they resort to love bombing and shit, rolling down, you know, rolling out the box and shit, so that they can get you, you know, they can get you under their in their web. I don't want to say leadership and shit, but it is a matriarchal society and shit. I just don't want to be triggering, but yeah, the love bomb is real and shit. And then when they feel like you're in there, you know, when they feel like they got you and shit, that's when everything goes the way of the dinosaur. Okay, it started with respect and shit. Okay, start, you know, talking outside of their neck and shit, and running you down, and you know, telling you what you know, being a surrogate mother you didn't fucking ask for and shit. And you read this text, and you know that this guy ain't for the shits, right? Whoever she's sending this to and shit, she's really making this text for herself, not for the guy. I don't think he gives a shit. He's probably got a wife or a fucking girlfriend that he's laying up under and shit. And when she leaves, he's just gonna focus on that woman and shit, not her. You know, women get mad about these kind of things, but you know, refuse to take accountability for the fact that they pick these guys. Okay, they don't properly vet these guys and shit. They play Russian roulette with their fucking body. in their womb. And you are not to blame for the bad decisions that some woman makes and shit. You know, they hang all of their bad decisions on us in this community. They say that we make babies mamas, we have no ambition, and a bunch of other shit. Okay, a bunch of other shit I can list, right? And they don't look at themselves. They don't do any self introspection or look in the fucking mirror at themselves. They just blame this. They're blame shifting is incredible shit. It should be a scientific study of shit, a psychological study of shit. If most of the psychiatrists wasn't them and shit, okay? We won't get Shabria Rolls and her psychotic rants before becoming a failed OnlyFans model. We won't forget that. I think it's hilarious. I've laughed my ass off. I'm looking at this woman and shit. I'm looking at the, if you look real close at her face, there's a tinge of desperation written all over the shit. Look at the picture itself and whatnot. She's trying to be coy about it, but she's showing off her body and shit. Because she wants people that look at this picture to think the guy's a fool for going her way. But she's got a nice shape. Her shoulders are narrow and her hips are wide enough to notice. And she has an hourglass figure and shit. But if the juice ain't worth the squeeze, as BGS and more would say, it's really not worth the squeeze. And I'm so glad that a lot of black men are waking up to this bullshit and keeping it above the shit. You treat a woman how they want to be treated and shit. You believe what they tell you, and you won't go wrong and shit. If she's for the streets and shit, leave her out there on the asphalt. Okay? If she's bargaining with her box and shit, like my old friend, my old Vietnam vet friend, used to say, hey, we know what you are. Now we're just haggling over the price and shit. And it's a shame that this is the reality of things in 2024, that we as a community have evolved past these tired social norms, in our community. It's a patriarchal situation. It's their problem. They have to fix themselves and shit. And we just have to adapt to them and evolve, okay? It's not so much that we have to accept them as they are. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that shit. Okay, you have so many options and shit. And even if you choose none of them, I would just say abstain from heavy interaction with them as much as possible and shit. Because the only thing you're gonna lose is your peace, your money, and sometimes your freedom and maybe your life. It's that serious and shit because they feel that they're above reproach. And what can you do with somebody that has that mindset? Can't do nothing and shit. On the black female side, I wish, I posit that their behavior, it reaches, sociopathic, self, nuclear entitled narcissism and shit. There's another grounds for reparations and shit. But, like, our community has been destroyed by a number of outside forces and shit. But the black woman has been the lieutenant and shit for the last 50 so years. They've been a lieutenant. Every time you see these people from outside, these politicals and everything, they have one of these black women at their side and shit as a human shield, as a doorway into our community that spread malfeasance and this, disorder and shit. We can't come together and shit because it goes 5 different directions. But because a lot of women have raised their families alone and shit, okay? And that's not your fault. They have the choice. They choose sex. They choose to have these children and shit, okay? We can make a simple argument that, you wouldn't be a baby's mom if you just, looked down and if you saw the guy without a condom, don't fuck him or stick with your own condom on there. Alright? A long time ago, I went out a couple of times I went out with some women in my late 20s or whatever, and they had their own condoms in their purse, I hate to put myself out there, but I had a threesome one time, and both of these were sisters, right? Like one badass looking chick and her friend was kind of a chubby chick with some huge boobs. They both had their own roll of condoms on their person, and we laughed because I had rolling condoms and shit. I hate to be that. I want to let you know, that I'm just human and shit. And, I was the epitome of nonsense growing up and shit. It was hilarious. I could tell you some heartbreaking stories of, some funny asides. And, I want you to know I'm not presenting myself as some paragon of virtue. I'm simply human, all right? And, I would posit that my behavior for the years, socially speaking, as far as the sexual marketplace was prompted by the, behavior of black women in my youth, because I was told I was not select constantly, even when I wasn't thinking about it. I was told that, and I was bullied by male and females. Bullshit. And I had a chip on my shoulder that, like in my early adulthood, that I was just gonna be with attractive women, or women that had the attributes that were valued in my ethnic community when I was growing up and shit. I was gonna get those types of women. And, what can I say and shit? Some of the women I was with, if I took them back to my old neighborhood, and they just walked halfway down the street, they would cause a fucking riot. Alright? I know when I'm looking at a jump on. And I've been with this type of woman before. Shit. I was with a badass woman that was she was like a dancer and shit, not a stripper, like an actual dancer. And she knew she was a side chick. It was just weird. It was just weird. I just go over there in the middle of the night and bang her. And then go about my business. She was cool as fuck. It was cool as fuck. I don't want to get into that. Just want to say that, and read between the lines, this thing is not so egregious. And, whoever this brother is, we will give him the stamp of approval, the stamp of black excellence. So, that being said, this guy is, he is a king, all right? King, brothers, my brothers and shit, okay? Keep your head on a swivel, protect your bag, and above all else, do not make fallen women stewards of your family, the mothers of your children. Those kids, theoretical or not, are your future, your legacy. That's why SBF people state themselves like men. All praise to the Most.
The Black Patriarchy. A non-existent group of fictional black male power brokers not discredited, erroneously jailed or outright killed by the minority majority who look the other way as they work tirelessly to shame, oppress, and outright take out the altruistic black female populace of the honorable democratic United States of America. 3K's inset bitches. These evil wealthy members of the black patriarchy are the sole reason for all the ills of the black community, walking, talking, holding down jobs, and doing everything up to and including giving their very lives in service to their baby mamas and baby's motherfucking kids. Their motto that strikes fear into the hearts of black women everywhere: bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks.